to Hampton. Hampton fumbles the ball. The Giants recover for a touchdown.
Well, hello. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video, and welcome to the Gridiron. And before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much. Everyone's been watching my videos out there. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you can maybe subscribe to my channel, maybe give this video a thumbs up, or leave a comment below, or share the video. It would mean so much to me. But anyway, just thank you just so much for just taking time out of your day to check out this video. Thank you. All right, well, game 2 tonight. This video's out at 8 o'clock in the morning, so in 12 hours from the time I'm speaking, it'll be kickoff. And both teams 0-1. Neither one wants to go down 0-2, although, you know, I don't think anybody's going to be running away with the division, you know, and it's a long season. But, you don't want to go 0-2. And I mean, I forgot what the stats were, but, you know, if you go 0-3 and try to make the playoffs, it gets to be very, very difficult. Well, the Giants, they got their injury news. I mean, you got Ingram's out, no Lemieux, no Cam Brown, okay, so, and then Saquon's questionable with his knee, so, now I don't know if he's questionable because, you know, he took a pounding last week, or he's questionable because they're just trying to, you know, protect him. I mean, because this is 2 games in 5 days. So, we'll have to wait and see. I'll tell you what, Washington, pretty healthy. Of course, their only injury is the magic man, Ryan Fitzpatrick. So I mean, if you're gonna lose somebody, or if somebody you don't want to lose, it would be your quarterback, and that's what they have. Their starting quarterback won't be in there. He injured his hip last Sunday against the Chargers. Now they got Taylor Heineke. I keep wanting to say Heineken. Coming in. Now, I mean, I think it's from Old Dominion. I mean, wow. Well, I mean, last year in the playoffs against Tampa Bay, I mean, I don't want to say he didn't totally hold his own against Brady, but he accounted for as many touchdowns as Brady did. Heineke threw a touchdown pass, and he ran one in, too. I mean, he had some pretty nice, you know, decent stats. I mean, for a backup, I mean, he was 26 out of 44. 306 yards. He had 1 touchdown. He had 1 interception. But he also ran the ball 6 times for 46 yards, and he had a touchdown run. That was in a playoff game. I mean, he kept them in personally. And they were down, what the hell was it? He got them in for a touchdown, and they were down 28-25, I believe. 28-23 late in the game. But then Brady marched down the field and got a field goal, put them up 31-23, and you know, Heineke couldn't drive them down for the tying touchdown. But I'll tell you what, I mean, against the eventual Super Bowl champions, all right, he did pretty doggone well. Now, last week he had to come in replace of the Magic Man, and he was pretty good. I mean, he was 11 out of 15, 73.3% completion rate. Only had 122 yards. He had 1 touchdown. He had no interceptions. So, you know, they were kind of woefully outgained. But Mr. Herbert, you know, Justin Herbert, I got the Sunday direct ticket, the Sunday ticket on DirecTV, and so I get to watch all the games. So, you know, it's kind of tough when you got 8 games on at one time to kind of follow. Sometimes it's good when you got like a commercial on a couple of games so you can kind of focus on 2 or 3 games or whatever. But sometimes when all 8 games are on at once, it's really tough to follow. But, I mean, I was watching because I certainly had some interest in watching the Washington football team, you know, see what they were going to do. Because, you know, they're in a division and we got to play them next and all that and everything. So I was watching a decent amount of the game. But, I mean, you know, Justin Herbert was looking good. I mean, it was 20-16. He threw an interception in the end zone, and they easily could have got another field goal. So it could have been 23-16. Then they were driving, and it was just a weird play. He was going back, and just about before like his arm came or his arm got hit or something. There was like the 15 or 20 yard line when the ball went like in the air, landed on the ground, and went through the end zone for a touchback. It was a fumble. I mean, I thought when it first came out, it was, his arm was going forward, he got hit, it hit the ground, incomplete pass. No, it was a fumble. I mean, so he drove him down. He easily could have gotten another field goal out of that. So, I mean, it was 20-16, but it could have been, far worse than that. So, I mean, Washington didn't really look too super spectacular either. All right, they looked a little better than the Giants, but I mean, not too much better. I mean, they were outgained quite. They only had 259 yards of offense. All right, at least the Giants got over the 300 mark. All right, the Chargers had 424 yards of offense. Okay. The Chargers had 27 first downs. The Washington football team only had 15. Right? Net yards passing. The Chargers had 334 net yards passing. Washington football team only had 133 net yards passing. So their passing game was not, the rushing yards. Okay, the Chargers, only had 90 yards, but they ran it 29 times. I mean, the average is 3.1, not very good at all. But they were still running. It's very important not just to stand back there and just keep passing the ball, I mean, because with the rush that the Washington team has, the defense they have, they can pick pass off and all. So it's very important to continue, at least to try to run the ball. Now, the Washington football team did a nice job running the ball. They had 126 yards rushing, okay, on 27 carries. Antonio Gibson led the team. He had 20 carries for 90 yards at 4.5 average. Yards per carry average. So he did good. Okay. But I mean, the rest of the team is nothing really super spectacular. I mean, the defense was on the field a whole heck of a lot. I mean, the Chargers had 78 plays. The Washington football team was only on the field for 49. So their offense is not looking really super spectacular. I mean, the Chargers defense did nice. I mean, the Chargers defense is not, I'm not going to put them the top of the class. You know what I mean? We're not talking, the Pittsburgh Steelers type defense or Washington football team or the Rams or nothing like that. I mean, a nice defense, I'm sure, with Bosa in there, absolutely. But I mean, the Washington football team did not look super spectacular. Okay. After the game was over, I mean, with PFF, the grades, okay, on defense, the Washington football team, the top three guys, okay, as far as PFF grade overall was their defensive lineman. Chase Young wasn't one of them, okay. Montez Sweat was a 79.4. All right, Darren Payne was a 77.2, and Jonathan Allen was a 76.7. All right, Chase Young was a 68.5. But their top three guys were all from the defensive front, okay. Jonathan Allen and Montez Sweat, they also got a sack. There was only 2 sacks. Those guys got the sacks, right? So, their defensive front, all those number ones are playing good, okay? And if the Giants' offensive line isn't playing good, it could be a long night. Now, which also kind of brings me up to the Giants, right? Their offensive line. Now, since Lemieux is out, what's going on? All right, I guess we're going to have Andrew Thomas at left tackle. All right, you're going to have, Solder and Parrott. I mean, they both had a mixed bag. They both graded out at about the same. Now they're going to share. Solder going to start, and Parrott going to come in. We'll have to just wait and see. Joe Judge always says, if you're on the sideline, you got a suit on, chances are you're going to play, right? So we'll have to wait and see. But then that kind of leads you, I guess we're going to have maybe Hernandez at right guard. He kind of struggled a little bit last week. His grade wasn't very good. There was like a 48.7, somewhere around there last week. So he played very good in preseason. Good marks in preseason. Struggled a little bit last week, though, so we'll have to wait and see. I mean, if he struggled last week, it's not getting much easier this week for him. Now, the question is, what's going on at center and what's going on at left guard, okay? Is Gates going to be there? Okay, and we're going to get Ben Bredesen at left guard, or we're going to take Gates, maybe slide him over to guard, all right, and put Billy Price in at center. We'll have to wait and see. All right, we'll find out about 12 hours from now, okay? So we'll just keep your fingers crossed for Lemieux. Hopefully he comes back and plays. So, keep your fingers crossed, guys. Now, as I said, neither team wants to go 0-2. All right, as I said, because 0-3 is not a death wish, but I mean, it's very difficult to make playoffs at 0-3, even in the bad division that we're in. Okay. Now the Giants in this series, the Giants have 104, it's 68, and 4 tied, but they have the lead. Okay, 104 to 68. All right, so we've been whooping up on the Washington football team / Redskins for the past several years. Anyway, the Giants have won the last 5 in a row. Okay, they won 11 of the last 15 in Washington. So we own them bitches, right? Including the last 3. Won the last 3 games in a row in Washington. All right. So it's kind of the way it's been, like with kind of like with the Eagles owning us. It doesn't matter, how good we are, how bad they are. They just beat us. It doesn't matter. They can come to our place and kick our ass, or they can go to Philly. We go to Philly and they kick our ass. So I mean, it's just kind of the way that is. We're kicking Washington football team's ass. Well, the kind of way the Eagles are kicking our butts. All right. Hopefully things start changing around. But now, one thing, all right, is Daniel Jones is 4-0 against the Washington football team. Go figure. He's 4-19 against everybody else. But he seems to have, Washington, last year they had, they had that front four, and we beat them both times. Now, I got to give, let's got to pull back on the reins a little bit here last year. We won, it was at home, we won 20-19, I believe it was, last year. Now, we had the 1 interception return, for a touchdown. The fumble recovery for a touchdown. Tay Crowder returned it was a fumble. He returned it back for a touchdown. All right. So we had 20. One of them was a return fumble for a touchdown. Okay. So, and then the other one was it was 20, to 13. Washington moves down the field. They score a touchdown. Now it's 20-19. They go for 2 points. All right. If they make the 2-point conversion, they win. If they don't, we win. All right? You got to give Riverboat Ron. Got to give the man a lot of credit. I mean, it didn't pay off for him that time, but you got to give the man a lot of credit. It's like, you know what? Screw this overtime. Put the ball on the 2-yard line, and we're going for it, baby. All right. If we complete the pass, we win. If we don't, kudos to you guys. You guys win. So they went for it and didn't make it. So. But I mean, if he completes that pass, we lose that game, right? So, we've been beating them, all right. But I mean, last year there was a couple close games, all right. Now the thing is now, as I said with Barkley, it's are they more protecting him because it's 2 games in 5 days? So that's why they're putting him at questionable. We'll have to wait and see. Now I mean, good Booker, Penei. And Gary Brightwell, they're going to go, and they're going to have to, carry the load, pick up some of that slack there, all right? Now, last week, both teams, one of the things that both teams were absolutely horrible at, okay, was third downs and time of possession, okay? Not so much third down, but, defensive-wise, third down, trying to get off the field, all right? Now, as I said, you got the Washington football team, okay, it was playing Justin Herbert, all right? And that guy's so good. And it just pisses you off so much. It's like, we could have had him. Could have, anyway. But so you gotta you gotta keep that in mind. All right, But I mean, last week the Chargers had the ball for 36 minutes and 3 seconds. The Washington football team had it for 23-57. All right, so they had the ball for 12 more minutes than the Washington football team did. Just like the Broncos. They had the ball for 35:08. We had it for 24:52. So the Broncos had it for 10 more minutes than we had the ball. Okay, kind of tough to win when you don't have the ball. The Broncos were 7 for 15 on third down conversions. Almost 50%. But they were 3 for 3 on fourth down conversions. It was almost like the Broncos were just laughing at us. It's fourth down. Who cares? So what? Go for it. We got this. We're playing the Giants defense. We got this. Just throw a pass. You'll complete it. We'll just keep the drive. I mean, unbelievable. So between third and fourth downs, they were 10 out of 18 last week against us. The Giants weren't bad. I mean, the Giants were 6 out of 12. So, I mean, you go 50% on third down conversions. That's pretty good. I mean, but, I mean, that's about the only good stat that went the Giants' way. The Giants were also 1 for 3 on fourth down, all right? But the Chargers, all right, the Chargers were 14 out of 19 on third down conversions. 74% conversion on third down. Holy cow. Washington football team was only 3 out of 10, which is a little below average. Usually it's a little more than that, you know what I mean? But, wow. I mean, as I said, they're going Justin Herbert. I mean, I was watching quite a bit because when things start going south for the Giants, you know what I mean? I wasn't just zoning in on the Giants, when it's 27-7, it's like, yeah, okay, we lost. All right, so I start watching some of the other games, but I mean, it's like it'd be third down and you just drop back and you just throw a beautiful pass, they catch it and just continue to drive. It just, it was a thing of beauty. I mean, he was really, really special. Now, you have to, I mean, the problem is that with Jason Garrett's non-imaginative offense, all right, and if we're not going to have Barkley in there and we're not going to have Ingram in there, I mean, they can't have Daniel Jones standing in the pocket for an hour and a half. Not happening. All right, you're going to have to get quick passes. All right, you're going to have to maybe get, maybe Caden Smith and Rudolph, Mr. Sure Hands, you're going to have to get them involved. You're going to have to get Shepard, something quick. Right? Get him the ball, let him do his stuff. Tony, give him the ball, let him do his stuff. But another thing you can't do is you can't have Tony on the sideline for 95% of the time. Bring him in for like 4 plays, all right? And every time he comes in, he gets the ball. You can't do that. I mean, it's like you bring the guy in. Oh, hey, there he is. There's Kadarius Toney's in, guys. He's getting the ball. He's getting. You can't do that. The defense can't have a clue what the frick is going on. That's why play action is very important. You just can't. I get in the shotgun. Now you're 5, 6, 7 yards back. All of a sudden, and you can get rid of the ball. I get that. But if you're in the shotgun and there's no running backs behind you, hey guys, it's a pass. Well, no shit. You gotta. I understand what I said with the shotgun, but you gotta play action. You gotta mix things up, all right? And you can't just obviously just stand back there and just throw 5, 6 yard patterns all the time, because then they just bring the whole defense up, all right? So you gotta have to take your shots down with Slayton and with Golladay. You're gonna have to pick your spots and your time. Maybe when it's maybe if it's not a prime blitzing down or something, maybe keep another back in or something like that. Maybe you have 6 blockers trying to protect against their 4 rushers. Give Daniel maybe an extra second to get the ball downfield to Golladay or something. But you got to mix it up. And the thing is that between if Penny's going to be in there, Brightwell's going to be in there, Devontae Booker's going to be running the ball. If you don't have, Barkley in there, you got to. They're going to have to get out in the patterns as well too. You got to get the ball out. All right. The more times the more first downs, the more time have the ball, the tighter they're going to get. Then maybe toward the end, then maybe you can start running the ball, because if you don't have an imaginative offense, you just can't. Oh, it's a handoff. Oh, there's no gain. Oh, it's a handoff. It's no gain. It's tough to do that, especially if you don't have somebody like with the Saquon. See, with Saquon, you can run the ball, and you can run the ball, and you start tiring them out, and then all of a sudden, Saquon gets a hole about this big, right, and he can take it to the house. That's not happening with Brightwell, Booker, or Penei. All right, so I'm almost probably gonna bang my head against the table just watching the same vanilla, boring offense from Jason the Clapper Garrett. But I mean, they got to do something. I mean, if their front four just tees off on Daniel Jones all night, it could be a long, long game. The only thing is that sometimes it's best, for the Giants or any team, just to get the hell out of Dodge. Okay, you embarrassed yourself at home. Okay, but sometimes the best thing is you just get the hell out of there. Go on the road. Maybe nobody's expecting you to win. Okay, because last week, some people were expecting you to win. You got all these fans there and everything like that. So you go on the road, right? The pressure, you don't quite have as much pressure to win or anything like that. And maybe you can perform, and maybe you go in there and you kick their butt. It was kind of like the way it was last year. All right, the Giants were 1-7. I mean, we were 1-5. Okay, and then we played in Philly. We should have won that one. We lost. We're 1-6, and we come home and we play Tampa Bay. We're a 2-point conversion away from tying it up and sending it in overtime. All right, didn't get it, so we lost. And now we're 1-7. Halfway through the season, and you're 1-7. Well, what was the best thing to do? Get the hell out of Dodge. We went into Washington, okay, and we won. All right. Now, that was huge. Okay, huge. All right, just get out of Dodge, go someplace where you're not expected to win, and there's a lot less pressure on you. Okay, as I said, like what happened last year. Then we also won in Cincinnati, we won in Seattle, we won in Washington. You know what I mean? So, getting out of Dodge is not maybe such a bad thing after all. Okay, then maybe we can come back the following week and play against Atlanta. All right. Maybe be 1-1, all right? Then maybe we can come back and maybe we can kick Atlanta's ass the way Philadelphia kicked their ass, and maybe we can go 2-1. All right, but it all starts tonight, guys. If we got another sad performance like we did last week, boy, I'll tell you what. Whew. Things are going to start happening, guys. Talk's going to start happening. So, I got it. All right, I got like a crazy, just something stupid. I got the Giants winning 19-17. Nothing crazy. All right, the Giants go on the road, not expected to win. All right, but I think they come away with the victory, like they had the past few times that they played the Washington football team. Right, low scoring. I don't think either offense is going to do phenomenally well. All right, against both good defenses. All right, so I think the Giants come away with a 19-17 victory, and we come home and we're 1-1. All right. Well, as always, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. You guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo!